I know maybe a little bit complex here, but there are components that helps to the functionality of the meters. They try to sometimes manipulate that. I think that's for energy theft. But in line with the regulation, we have constantly been trying to see how this can be managed. But I must mention that the energy theft is also a huge issue. Presently, two of our turbines are running. That precisely is about 94 megawatts available. That is why my MD mentioned that we intend to make every feeder band A. That is what we promise. We promise to make the industrialization of our bar to be number one. The African China that it is known for to come back to its glory. And that we've started. Feeders like Polymer, feeders like Overhead, feeder like Guinness, Oriental, and Co. can attest to this. Now, the issue is not in the supply right now. The issue is on the tariff. And quickly, just like I also saw, we have not implemented the tariff on the non-MD post-paid customers. That will take effect from next month billing. We've only implemented the tariff because it's with effect from 1st of January. We've only done that on the prepaid, because pre is pre. It's a real-time thing. Post is after you have used. Let me re-emphasize, the energy we are using now, this energy we are seeing here, will be paid for next month bill, where the energy is accounted for by these three umpires I mentioned. So, well, I understand some reactions, and I think that's why we're having this press briefing, and we're willing to tell you more. The questions on the table now is on energy theft, is on the rise. My MD has talked about vandalism and all, and the capping methodology I've also shared it. So we build regulatory. The regulations is one that guide us towards billing. And if you think at any instance you are contesting your bills, we have offices, we have staff, 247 call centers, and we are available at all times. If you know me, you know you can call me by 2 a.m. I will pick. The only thing I'll tell you, I say, please keep it brief, so that at least I can have a life. But still, we would pick. And it is still the same thing for all my staff. Similarly, the 247 call center does this till now. You can give it a try. So whatever thing you do not understand, we are willing. The communication department is there. The community engagement department is there. They are willing to still go out after fulfilling all rights that we should do before even appearing before NEC for the tariff review. Every of those steps we are taking. And you could see dates, time, and venues. You are journalists. I think you have your ways of verifying this information. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. That's the voice of our CEO, Chief Engineer Blessing Pugu. Having made the presentation, MPD, do you have any comments to make?
I think before we let me just
when you finish, so you can take questions.
Yeah,
So having
we
made
take
the
the
presentation,
question. Let me just.
okay.
Good morning once again, ladies and afternoon. Yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So just during the presentation, the branding consultant. Yeah, my name is Simeon. So showed us the ingredients that resulted or were packaged and considered during the tariff review. And we also saw some challenges we are having also. So, just to buttress the point, this is Kuaba Power. That's the last one, the line of disclose in Nigeria. But make your inquiries. Is the highest performing disco. I came from another disco background, and I came there, I saw a vision, and I saw a vision, and the will to actualize that vision, and it is consistent. Yes, operating at a huge loss, I still see a disco investing in infrastructural development. Just like we see the lines, the capacity of ongoing projects now is something mind blowing. I tell you, the MD just mentioned a bit of it. Uh, I'm here with my phone chatting with my people. We have a project ongoing now, and we have contractors on site. They are Tomeka, you understand, where we are trying to put up what we call a switching station. This is just to make sure that we have a reliable supply to our customers and make sure that even though those far away within our boundaries are fully covered and satisfied. We have a line we are constructing now from Abahere to the boundary with River State. It's a 41-kilometer line. It's a huge investment. This is over a billion naira project, far more than that. So these are investments we are doing. But even at that, you mentioned about sabotage, vandalism. That's a big challenge for us there. In fact, at the point I mentioned that Aba is the vandalism capital of Nigeria. I mentioned I maintain it. So because I see things going on here, and I say, what is even happening? Just on Sunday, one of our substations here was fully vandalized. Many of our staff were affected. They came this morning approaching and said that we're in darkness, so how do we do it? I said, you are customers, that's customer experience. So, vandalism, cleared everything, every cable there, they cleared everything. Even the feeder pillar, it's only the transformer standing. I said, what is just happening? Where are we heading to in this Aba? So, just last year alone, we have a record, over 72 transformers, just within Aba Township, vandalized. And then it's just a thriving business, just like the cemetery market saga. It's thriving in Aba. So, as you blow your trumpets, as you tell me about us, it makes the people that want to hear of what we are going through, what we are passing through. I have an issue now. Okwa West, most part of Okwa West, since the time of EDC, have not been on supply. And we embarked on effort to bring them in. Do you know that as of last week, as we are putting conductors from some other places, they are still vandalizing. Just within last week, they vandalized 17 spans. That's about close to 1 kilometer of line. So, and I told my MD, okay, we are stopping, we are not continuing. It doesn't make sense. Meaning that this will not want supply. So that's what we are seeing here. That's what we are passing through. And even at that, we are still not relenting. We are continuing. So I just want to put this to buttress the points already made. Thank you.
Please, just an observation that I want us to probably in our next conversation, want us to have a direction where we have interjections. Somehow in our reports, is we don't know who to attribute some of these things that people have said. So I'm just appealing that by next time we will meet, if, for instance, Madam Kiru is making presentation, we allow her to run through her presentation, then you know some of the things that you want to say so that we can be able to fuse in our reports properly. Then having said that, sir, I live in Aba, and I am one of the people that champion people to get prepared. Of course, within my neighborhood, I know how many persons I've been able to influence to have their prepared. But I mean, it's crazy that some of us, when we say or when we hear that people have increased the tariff, for instance, I got it through the map. I expect, and I know some other persons that are equally using the meter through that means, I expect that if I have balance that I need to pay whenever I recharge, there should be that openness to say you recharge 5,000 out of the 5,000, so and so amount of money is extracted from your old bill, and this is what we're adding to the amount that you're supposed to get from us. Because I understand that you are supposed to reform me within 2 years. But that's, explanation is not there. Making it for me and probably others to believe that there is something hidden, in the process. Then secondly, yes, I promise. Secondly, is that where you increase your tariff, someone like I live in a 3-bedroom flat. I don't use AC. I don't use microwave. I don't. The only thing I live on in my house, because we are yet to believe that the system has come to stay, is my refrigerator. If not, when things in the refrigerator is cool, I turn it off till when next I need it. I have quarreled my wife severally over the use of light, and she has come to accept that. But when you have only 3 bulbs, and these bulbs are energy saving bulbs, and they are not on always, because if I leave this room, the other one is on. And within the space of 3, 4, 5 days, 25 units is gone. How do I explain to another person that you are not here to suffocate us? Yes, even when you increase the tariff. So I want us to, I don't know if there is any other explanation we should take home or give people on why you have 25 units, for instance, and before you can say Jack, it's gone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let me respond.
Let's hear your response.
Let me respond. The thing you left in your house on, it's the refrigerator,
Yes.
because you are not yet sure the system has come to stay.
Yes.
I love that word. It means there's an acknowledgement, even from the press, that there is a system, but it's still shocking to him if he's staying. I like that sincerity of statement. Behind the statement, there are statements. Okay, quickly. I do not know if your 25 units you are referring to is here, but I like the smartness in your question. You said units, you didn't say cost. But if you are talking about cost, I'll be looking at the tariff as an ingredient to look at what you are referring to. Now, you consuming 25 units, I'm going by your statement,
Yes.
for 5 days, like you said, keeps you at 100 units in a month. My maths is right. Good unit. That same message, it's good, it's passed on, it helps, because it also keeps the man who is built on capping to understand your expense around you. Now,
Sorry, not in a month, just a few days.
25 units in 5 days
Yes.
is that equivalent to 100 units in a month. Sorry, that's my word. I live there. Okay. First and foremost, I want you to understand, and I want everyone in this room to understand, that consumption is not directly proportional to your presence, your availability. Humans don't use electricity. It is not me and you using it. It is your gadget. Say, for instance, none of us is taking electricity right now, but yet we are consuming it here by the bulbs, the fan, the air conditioners, and the rest. So you acknowledge the fact that your refrigerator runs. And I ask you a question. Do you know the rating, the power rating of your refrigerator?
But I don't know. But
No, I need you to understand. Let me tell you what it is. Mathematically, I want to show you what it is. It's a very simple math. The meter itself is certified by NEMSA. There's a seal in their body. You can, with that seal, verify, you are an investigator, verify the meter's integrity. The seal there can give you the integrity through NEMSA. So your consumption is directly tied to your gadgets on at that time. I'll shock you. There is someone too that can use that 25 units maybe in a month. There is somebody who can also use that 25 units in hours. It's directly proportional to your load. It is not human. So what you just told me is your load consume more. That's what it means. I can do the math on and on. You just told me that the load you have in your house, even though you don't have AC, you don't have fan, you only have refrigerator, your refrigerator takes enough energy. I don't know the product. I'm not advertising any product. I don't know the power rating of your this thing, but I can ask you a question, the quiet one. Your size of your generator, do you have a small
Size of-
generator?
I don't have.
You don't have. Okay, I may not be able to proceed. Because if you do, it would have helped me to know the rating of your fridge. Then I would have been able to tell you the mathematical consumption.
It's iron.
I don't need the
No, I'm
product.
just telling you.
I'm only just showing you so you
It's not,
understand.
it's not a
So I will just advise, maybe in your next recharge, try and do it from any of our practices, our office, where you will have to take that. We are recharging online.
All right, thank you very much. Please, going forward, I'd like to state clearly, conscious of time, go straight to your question. Let's leave out the storyline behind your question. Go straight to your question and let them answer. Who? You were-
Why? Because people are beginning to adapt to reality. But yet, double sourcing is happening. People can afford people can afford to buy wire of 1 million naira. Go and run electricity from Elsioma, dig the ground, pay workmanship to tap light to their house, just to use that wire to deceive you. That's the energy theft I just addressed. But there is no meter. We do not create meter. We do not produce meters. So say the meters run fast, please check your load. Please check your load.
Yeah, saying that when we disseminate. One thing I would like the company to do is to continue bridging the gap. What I've realized is that there is information gap, which is causing a lot of misinformation, which last time we had like this. Because some of the issues you're addressing here are not known to the people. They do not know. And there are avenues that you can use such information gap. We're all experiencing high inflation, everything is going up, and you also need to understand that. But there are some other underlying issues of mentioned, and which is tied to energy management. Some of them do not know. We're still operating in the era of PSCM, when everything is free and you leave your gadgets on. So there is need to bridge that gap. This party, I will suggest, should be something that should be maybe quarterly, monthly, then engage more radio stations and also other avenues to communicate properly. That's one. Then two, I would like an explanation on the capping problem. I had a conversation radio with a member of the civil society, and he said that he acknowledged that there is capping problem. First, there was an explanation that is not quite clear. In a feeder where you have about 13 transformers, and calculation, 3 of the transformers were not energized. And get to share the bill at the end of the day. It gets the same bill with those that were energized during that month. How will you explain that? That's some of the issues.
With respect to this tariff increase, we've shown series of publicity, whether newspapers, whether radios, whether social media, whether town hall meetings prior to the NERC order. Now, as soon as we came back from the Christmas holidays, what we did was to reel out another set of engagements at the feeder levels, at other locations, even the Aba industrialists. We invited them here. But if you look at some of the comments made by individuals out there, it comes down to either of two things: either ignorance or deliberate misinformation. And either way, it's not right, because if you look at what we are doing to make sure that people understand what we are doing here, we are a licensed entity. We are regulated by NERC. There's nothing opaque about our operations. I don't want to be particular about whether it's deliberate misinformation or whether it is ignorance. But I think if you look at the processes we followed before we arrived at this tariff, it's safe to assume that we followed due process. And we have offices around town. Even on our website, if you go to our website, there's a lot of information. It's a treasure trove of information. You get a lot of information. It doesn't have to be at events like this. Not that we will stop though, but I'm trying to say that apart from or in addition to this, there are several fora where we interface with our customers to educate them, to enlighten them, to explain to them the challenges. There are several WhatsApp groups out there at the feeder levels, at transformer levels, and I understand some NGOs have their own platforms where our customers, and so, when we talk about customer base, a lot of the people around this table, including our staff, are also customers to the company. So whether it's at the transformer, at the feeder level, or at various platforms, we are in those places trying to enlighten people about what goes on here. At least personally, I'm in a few of them. So I thank you for your comment, but just note that if we say it's only on a forum like this, that we have to do this, it might not be as efficient as what we are already doing. But I seriously want to make a challenge that you find out what exactly is wrong with people who come out and either twist what they know is fact, they twist it, or they deliberately claim ignorance of what we are doing, or they just want to mislead people. Unfortunately, in our climb, there's, a lot of people don't have the time and the patience to find out or to synthesize a lot of things that come to them and determine for themselves what is right and what is wrong, or what is